Jeff Zeleny is out front live in Detroit to begin our coverage. And Jeff, you have spent the day talking to voters there in Michigan, primary, of course, coming up there as well. How worried should Biden and Democrats be?
Well, Aaron, they would be foolish not to be worried, not just for the images of the protests we are seeing, but just the sheer raw math. And you'll remember in 2016, Donald Trump carried Michigan by 10,000 votes. Of course, Joe Biden won it 4 years later. But this all hangs over this next campaign for the White House. And what was key to his victory, of course, was building that broad coalition of younger voters, black voters, Latino voters, suburban and urban. The question, though, can he rebuild it to win a second term?
It's like the two old white guys duking it out.
Reverend Charles Williams is bracing for a rematch between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, exhausted at the notion of a 9-month battle for the White House.
Some may feel I don't have any hope in a Donald Trump, or I don't have a hope in a Joe Biden.
As pastor of King Solomon Baptist Church in Detroit, Williams was on the front lines of soaring turnout among black voters 4 years ago. He believes Biden can't win re-election through fear of Trump alone.
It's almost like your big brother or your big sister saying, the boogeyman is under the bed, the boogeyman is under the bed. Sooner or later, you figure, is it really a boogeyman? You realize maybe this guy ain't the boogeyman.
One of the biggest tests facing the president is piecing together a vast fraying coalition, particularly in Michigan. Trump carried the state in 2016, along with Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, but Biden flipped all three in 2020. A blue wall that led to victory.
Ceasefire now!
His challenges are complicated by anger among Muslims and Arab Americans over the Israel-Hamas war, made clear by relentless protests, including as the president visited Michigan.
He's just not somebody that I can trust.
Adam Abu Salah worked as a field organizer for the Biden campaign 4 years ago. He said he will not vote for the president again, seeing him as complicit in deaths of innocent Palestinians.
By taking this stand, do you wonder if it will help elect Donald Trump?
It probably will. We have seen 4 years of Trump, we have seen 4 years of Biden, and people don't really see a difference between their presidency.
It was nearly 4 years ago when Biden pointedly presented himself as a bridge to the future.
Look, I view myself as a bridge, not as anything else. There's an entire generation of leaders you saw stand behind me. They are the future of this country. They're the people who are going to...
Those cheers rang out in the gymnasium of Detroit's Renaissance High, where these students are now following the presidential race.
I don't feel like he represents the young voter demographic at all.
It's the first time Imani Williams and her friends can vote. Dante Parker said a vote for Biden is hardly guaranteed.
We've been stuck in this system for far too long. Maybe we need to venture outside of it to really make some progress now.
The Biden campaign tells CNN it will draw sharp distinctions with Trump and earn the support of voters concerned about their rights, their pocketbooks, and our democracy.
We are not happy with Biden, but we understand that the other option is not an option that's favorable to us.
Norman Clement said voters are eager to hear what Biden would do in a second term, not simply what he's done or tried to do.
Are you more worried about people voting for Trump or more worried about young voters and others not voting at all?
I'm worried about the protest vote. My message to them is that we did that in 2016. We held our vote. Folks didn't come out.
And that is one reason the president is still here in Detroit tonight, Aaron. He was scheduled to leave actually a couple hours ago, but he's meeting with more union workers, and you saw those protests there as well. There is no doubt that he has significant support here among organized labor, but the question is how broad is all of that? A first test will come in the Michigan primary, February 27th. Some voters are saying they plan to vote uncommitted. Of course, many Democrats here will support Joe Biden.